The restaurant sparkled like a palace. Crystal chandeliers hanging above, golden cutlery shining, violins playing softly in the background. The richest people in town were here tonight, laughing too loud, showing off diamonds, cars, and money. But then everything shifted. A man in an expensive black suit, arrogant smirk on his face, suddenly banged his glass on the table. The sound echoed like thunder. Every head turned toward him. "Waitress!" he barked. "Yes, you. Come here." A young black waitress froze in her tracks. Her hands tightened around the tray she was holding. She had been running between tables all night, ignored, insulted, and undertipped. But the way this man was staring at her, it was different. It wasn't just rudeness. It was venom. She swallowed hard and walked toward him. "Yes, sir," she said quietly. The billionaire leaned back, his voice sharp enough to cut the room in half. "You think you're smart serving us drinks? You look like someone who thinks she's more than this. Tell you what, why don't you play us a little song on that piano over there? Let's see if you can do anything besides carrying trays." The restaurant went dead silent. Some guests exchanged uncomfortable looks. A few whispered, "That's not right." But no one stood up for her. He was powerful. He was feared. Her cheeks flushed. Humiliation burned her skin. She wanted to say no, to run, but his voice boomed again. "Go on, play. Or are you scared?" Every eye was on her now. Her feet felt heavy, but slowly she walked toward the glossy black grand piano in the corner of the room. The billionaire laughed, clapping his hands mockingly. This should be entertaining. She sat down at the piano. Her hands hovered above the keys, trembling. For a moment she closed her eyes. In her mind, she heard her mother's voice. "Don't ever hide your gift. Play like the world is listening." And then she pressed the first key. A soft, delicate note floated into the air. Then another. And another. The room tilted its head, still mocking. But then her fingers began to fly. The melody rose like a storm, fierce, unstoppable. The piano wasn't just an instrument anymore. It was alive. The billionaire's smirk vanished. His glass stopped midair. His eyes narrowed. This wasn't the joke he planned. The guests leaned forward. Some mouths hung open. The sound was breathtaking, powerful, heartbreaking. Every note carried her story, years of struggle, nights of loneliness, dreams she had buried beneath bills and broken hopes. One woman whispered, tears glistening in her eyes, "She plays like she's lived 1,000 lives." The billionaire shifted uncomfortably. His confidence cracked. He had wanted her to be entertainment. Instead, she was rewriting the room. The music climbed higher, grander. The waitress poured her soul into the keys, rage, pain, hope, triumph. By the time her hands struck the final chord, silence swallowed the restaurant. No one moved. No one spoke. For a moment, even the air seemed to hold its breath. And then, it exploded. Applause thundered across the hall. Guests leapt to their feet. Some shouted, "Bravo!" Others wiped tears from their cheeks. The waitress stood slowly, her chest rising and falling. She didn't bow. She didn't smile. She simply placed her hands by her side and walked back toward her tray. But the billionaire, he sat frozen. His face pale, his jaw tight. His empire, his arrogance, his billions, none of it mattered. He had been silenced by the very girl he tried to humiliate. Someone in the crowd chuckled loudly. "Looks like money can't buy talent." The billionaire's hands curled into fists, but the laughter spread, and for once, it wasn't at her, it was at him. That night, the waitress didn't earn extra tips. She didn't walk home rich, but she carried something far more valuable: respect. And the billionaire? He walked out defeated, his pride shattered in front of the very people he once ruled over. The lesson was clear. True power doesn't come from wealth. It comes from talent, from dignity, from courage. And if you're still watching this, think carefully. Who won that night? The man with the money, or the woman with music in her soul? If you believe respect and talent are worth more than billions, then don't scroll away. Hit subscribe, because stories like this one will remind you. Again and again, arrogance can fall, but true talent always rises.